Hello, I'm working on Colosseum of Champions, a 2D top-down Colosseum simulator where the player takes control of a Colosseum and is tasked with shaping new gladiators into champions of Rome. I'm Josie, and today I'm excited to take you behind the scenes of my latest project. In Colosseum of Champions, you take on the role of a Colosseum owner, training gladiators to become the ultimate fightinger. Your job? Recruit new gladiators, set up brutal matchups to satisfy the crowd, and watch your fighters claw their way to glory, or meet a bloody end. The twist? All the combat is real-time, zero player, meaning it's AI-driven. You're not controlling the action, but you'll feel every punch, slice, and bone-crushing blow. Think Shadow of War's Orc Arena battles meet the raw, gritty spectacle of the Gladiator movies. But here, every decision matters, from the recruits you choose to the way you train them. Your champion stats, like speed, strength, and initiative, determine not just their movement, but their entire combat style. And speaking of styles, I'll be diving into the unique classes and traits that set each gladiator apart. But first, let's go over the process that brought the Colosseum of Champions to life. Developing Colosseum of Champions started as an idea for a simple AI auto-battler. There was a slight road bump in the start. The core of the game is built on a few of interconnected systems that all needed to be coded simultaneously for anything to work at all. The coding process went smoothly overall, but balancing the systems and making sure they all communicated seamlessly was important, so I did spend a bit longer than planned on that. The Gladiator simulation itself is powered by state machines, which I showcased in earlier production stages for easy testing before the sprites were added. At first, the fights themselves felt pretty lackluster. They lacked the raw energy and visceral punch that I wanted players to feel when watching the gladiators in action. I've only made slight game feel improvements, so it is still something I'm planning on refining to enhance the overall game, but some simple blood and camera shaking made big improvements. Another feature I added was a simplified armor system as a stepping stone, and still very much a work in progress. I'm looking forward to expanding on that in the future to add more depth to the gameplay. One of the most challenging aspects of developing Colosseum of Champions was creating a more engaging UI than I usually do. It wasn't so much a technical issue, it was more about my own expectations and the constant push to improve it visually and functionally. And while I've been working solo on this project, it's been a rewarding journey. No major shifts in the core concept, just a lot of refining and problem solving to make the vision come to life. Now let's dive into one of the most exciting parts of Colosseum of Champions, the classes and traits that make each gladiator distinct. These mechanics add layers of strategy, allowing gladiators to be shaped into champions with specific strengths and playstyles. First, we have the core classes, each tied to a key stat and designed to amplify that aspect of combat. The defensive class, tied to health, focuses on survivability. These gladiators are built to block damage, resist hits, and stay in the fight longer, turning endurance into an advantage. The Swift Blade class, linked to speed, specializes in lightning-fast attacks and punishing opponents for missed strikes. If you like the idea of outmaneuvering your opponent and striking before they can react, this is the class for you. Next, we have the Berserker class, focused on strength. These fighters are all about raw, unfiltered damage. They hit hard and hit often, with buffs that make their attacks even more devastating. The Sentinel class, tied to stamina, is relentless. They recover stamina quickly, giving them the ability to stay active for longer periods and build up powerful buffs as the battle progresses. The longer they fight, the stronger they become. The Duelist class focuses on initiative. These gladiators are masters of exploiting their opponent's weaknesses, gaining advantages and making precise, decisive moves. If you prefer a tactical, chess-like approach to combat, this class is key. Striker is the class tied to crit, a high-risk, high-reward choice. These gladiators maximize their chance and power of critical strikes, turning every hit into a potential game-changer. And then there's the Icon class, tied to style. These gladiators use their fame to their advantage, pulling off unique tricks like poison darts that weaken their opponents by lowering their max stamina. They're unpredictable and always ready to turn the tide of battle with clever, underhanded tactics. But it's not just about classes. Gladiators can also learn traits, special skills that grant advantages in certain scenarios. Traits like Bloodletter increase the chance of inflicting bleed effects, and Quick Recovery makes a gladiator regain stamina faster. And Retribution, letting gladiators deal small amounts of damage back when a critical strike hits them. These traits add another layer of specializing, letting gladiators fine-tune their strengths and playstyle. They can turn a good fighter into a champion, making every battle a test of skill, strategy, and adaptability. But that's it for now. Next Devlog, I will talk about the weapons and champion systems, and how I accidentally deleted most of my Gladiator AI code, needing to rewrite most of it.